Today's Monday, August 29th. Let's talk about oil today. Lots of talk about where it's going, where it's not going. And biggest talk is about a trading range, maybe 40 to 50. I see it pretty close to that. Here's the oil contract. Around 38.50 at the bottom, about 50.51 on the top. So yeah, I kind of agree with what a lot of the pundits are saying. You can see the moving averages are flat, so it's really not going anywhere. I do believe that this is the bottom here that we saw earlier in the year. However, that doesn't mean it's going to go up from here. Just not much lower than where it is now, I think. So how can we maybe verify this in some other way that's possible for most people? If you have access to international indices, it's a great thing to start with. First, I look at Russia, Russian stock market. Now this is current through this morning, and it does look like it has somewhat of a rising bias, but does it really? Looks like a trading range to me. Possibly this failure to hit support is bullish. So Russia right now is going sideways, and it's kind of meeting the expectation in the oil market, since Russia's pretty dependent on oil exports. If you don't have access to this index, there's always the did I get this right? RTX. Well, that was embarrassing. But anyway, there is an ETF for it, and I'm sorry, here it is, RSX. There we go, a little slip from Monday morning. So if you want to follow it that way with this ETF. Next market I'm going to look at is Saudi Arabia. I don't think you can really follow this one with an ETF, although there are emerging Middle Eastern type of indices, but this is pretty much a pure play on Saudi Arabia, and you can see it's heading lower. Now, of course, there's always other factors besides oil in any of these markets, but this one is not agreeing with any sort of rebound in oil. As a matter of fact, it looks kind of weak below its moving averages as well. Here's another one that people can look at. This is the Nigeria ETF, the symbol NGE. Of course, not very active. I wouldn't be trading this thing. But just to get an idea what oil is doing. Now, yes, Nigeria has some serious issues of its own, currency devaluation, things like that, and all kinds of unrest. But you figure that if oil is going to be doing well, they would somehow pull out of this bear market. And finally, this is Venezuela. Again, another emerging market with all kinds of issues. We know what's going on there with runaway inflation and a collapsing economy. You look at the stock market, that doesn't really look like a collapsing market. But the trend is down right now. We've got the bearish cross of the averages, and this is current through Friday's pricing, not through today. But it doesn't look like it's really going to get much of a boost from oil. So there's a habit, just another way to look at energy markets, just some other factors you could put in your analysis to see if there's something that you don't see in the straight chart of the oil contract or the USO ETF. Again, you want to get all the data you can, all the information you can, and then make a decision from there.